Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It's Sunday. If you celebrate Easter, happy Easter. We had some showings in the house, kind of whirlwind. The latter part of this past week, house went on the market on Thursday, and on Thursday we had 4 showings scheduled. We had 4 scheduled for Friday. We had 1 scheduled for tomorrow, and not surprisingly, we didn't have any scheduled for today, obviously with the holiday. So I used what time I thought I was gonna have last night and today, this morning. I didn't sleep well last night. So I was up kind of early and was using last night and then this morning to do some meal prep for the week in anticipation of needing some grab and go options if there happen to be showings around lunchtime or dinner time. I can, obviously when I'm running to get bells, I can just kind of grab and go. So I was trying to do some planning for this week. We actually, after it being on the market for the day, we had an offer, but it wasn't what it needed to be. The seller the buyer was just asking for way too much in terms of concessions, and it wasn't worth our while to entertain that. At least not at this time, right? We don't have to sell. We are choosing to do so, and with that in mind, and trying to be cognizant too of the first offer is usually a pretty good one. It just did not seem that was the case in this situation. She's in her seatbelt, don't worry. But so just kind of thinking about some stuff, trying to use my time wisely last night and this morning, and then we're gonna go home after I get Belle's a really good walk here and kind of just get ready for the week. So stick around. We'll do a little bit of a walk, and you can kind of see a neighborhood near us where we like to bring Belle's out for a walk, and she's going to enjoy it too. And I know she's super excited. We're going to try to decompress a little bit before the start of another really long and probably busy week. Okay, hang on. You have to undo your leash here. Okay. She's always super excited at the beginning of a walk. She'll calm down here in a minute. Kind of get into the flow of it. She likes the ducks. She likes the birds. She's really pretty happy when we get to be out here. Most of the time she'll kind of just try to walk next to me in the grass. And this is like one of McAllen's kind of pride and joy communities, which it's nice, absolutely. I wish they would take more care of the amenities though. Basketball courts look to be in pretty good shape though. The sand volleyball court has consistently seen way better days. And honestly too, the playscape up here for the kiddos, every time it rains, even just a little, that is completely underwater. Bella's sniffing. Oh, hang on. Pause. So we still have some work to do with Bella from the walking perspective. I don't really like this harness that I have for her. She does better, a whole lot better, when I put it around her neck, but she still pulls so much. We had to stop and do some training real quick. Try to get her to calm down and focus a little bit. She's much better now. You know, and I know they're not supposed to walk out in front of you. That's not all that fun to deal with. Like right now, I can handle her being in front of me, and I'm totally fine with that. And somebody will probably still tell me I'm doing it wrong, and it very well might be. But she's a lot calmer than what she was just a few minutes ago. And sometimes it just takes me stopping, making her sit, having her calm down for a second in order for her to kind of understand what she needs to be doing. She's still young. Oh, there we go. Hang on. You be good? All right. Now you're in a good spot. You did what you were supposed to. Good job. Let's go. But it is a nice community. We walked up towards the pool. A&M McAllen has an extension campus out here. And I needed a couple of hands to hold the leash a little bit different. Try to rein her in a little bit when she was so excited. She does better. The longer we're out, the better she does. It's still not great. It's still something we work at all the time. But she needs the energy release, so I can't just get frustrated and turn around and leave. I mean, I could, but that would not do her any good and make the rest of my day that much harder. So we're just going to force the issue a little bit. And she eventually calms down. And then she actually becomes enjoyable to walk. I don't really know what these things are. Exercise pieces of some sort, but they've seen better days. I mean, they're okay, but they've seen better days. I walked by one earlier and like the seat had rusted off. And it isn't that old. We've lived here for 5 years. It's not that old. They should be taking better care of them than that. What do you see there, Bells? See the birdie? Yep, you're sniffing. You're sniffing? Puppies have probably pottied on that. You're right. I mean, so that was kind of a quick 20-minute walk. I think it probably did us both a little bit of good. She had some pent-up energy, and I could feel it this morning, and I had some pent-up anxiety too. I don't know, maybe unintentionally I was kind of passing some of that off onto her too. I don't know, but she calmed down towards the end of our walk and did much better. I didn't film all of it because she was just zigzagging all over, and it becomes a little bit cumbersome. And the easier thing for me to do is to use two hands and hold the leash in a different way so that I can kind of help keep her at my side. Now, I know you're not supposed to have your dog walk out in front of you. I know that. And people will tell me I'm doing it wrong, I'm sure. If she's just a step ahead of me, though, as long as she's right at my side, I'm okay with that, because she's there. She can kind of put her head on a swivel, and when she does that, particularly on our walk back a little ways, when she finally kind of started to settle down, she was happy, and she was a lot calmer at that point. It takes a little while when we come to places we haven't been in a hot second for her to kind of get to that point. It's different when it's a lot better. It's not 100% better, but it's better in our neighborhood. She's also a husky, and I'm also not a dog trainer, and while I walk with her almost every day, it's probably still not enough, right? On the days we don't walk, we run around the backyard, and yeah, she'll run around for a few minutes and get all kinds of tuckered out and come in and take a nap, and then we'll do it again, same thing, and then she'll come in and take a nap. We do that a couple different times throughout the course of an evening if we don't walk, and that's helpful. She's happy, she's healthy. It's good to get out. That's kind of what all that matters. But that quick 20 minutes was for her. I'm gonna try to do a quick 20-minute drive for me, and I want to try to hit Paris Bakery. On our way back from Norman last week, we stopped in, it's called Check Stop. I forget, I think it's in West Texas, not like West Texas, like towards New Mexico, but West, Texas, the name of the town. And we got some cinnamon butter, and I still have a little bit left over. I put it in the fridge when I got home. Let's see if I can remake that. I think it would be really good. But I'm gonna go see if I can find a small loaf of some sort of fruit bread, whether that, I don't really like raisin bread, but like maybe a cranberry bread, like what we had when we stopped there to actually pick up the butter. There's a place called Paris Bakery. I'm gonna go see if I can find that, and I don't even know, will they be open on Easter Sunday? The website said that they are, but maybe they aren't. We'll find out. I had considered throwing the bike in the back and just doing a walk in the neighborhood with her. She would enjoy it more if she got to come out here, but I had considered bringing the bike, and just bringing it over here. There's really about 20 miles if you kind of do like a couple of loops around here. It's kind of fun. It's not too windy today, which is nice, because the valley is notorious for wind. But I wasn't feeling it today, and I thought, you know what, a walk will be fine. Get her a walk, I'll get me a little drive, and then I can go home and I can clean up, because I need to clean up from doing some meal prep last night and this morning. I cleaned up a little last night, from what I started yesterday, but then I finished up this morning, kind of anticipation, hoping that this week's going to be busy with showings. So we'll see how that goes. But I wasn't feeling a bike ride, and it's been so rainy and wet that like even a trail ride didn't seem all that great right today. I wasn't feeling it. Probably would have been one of the best things I could do for the the anxiety and the stress I was talking about feeling, but I probably could have made myself do it, but I probably wouldn't have enjoyed it, even if it ended up being the best thing I could have done for myself. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I was happy to get her a walk in, and even if it was just a quick one, even if she wasn't all that well behaved. I kind of wonder how much do dogs stress, right? How much of what I feel am I like putting off on her? I don't know. I wonder that a lot. A book title that kind of keeps popping up in my Audible I don't remember the exact title, but it basically talks about how your dog is the mirror of you, which is totally, at least outwardly to me, isn't correct. I'm a lot calmer and just introverted. I will talk, I will share, but it takes a while for those things to come out. It's probably even prevalent on these vlogs. It's just, I don't know, I gotta process first, right? But that's kind of like the medicine. A part of this is forcing myself to do something I'm not really comfortable with. I like it when she rides like this. She's in her little leash, and she's just, her back paws are there, and there's a towel down in the middle, and she's just here. Like, she's in, she can't go any further than that, and I like it when she rides like that. Maybe I shouldn't, but I do. I don't know. She is a really good co-pilot. But I wonder how much anxiety I put on her. So with our two dogs, Milo is the introvert. I'm the introvert. My spouse, Dadiella, is the extrovert, and clearly this one is the extrovert. She's with me here in the valley while Milo's with Dadiella in San Antonio. I don't know. Seems like they should be switched, right? But she's probably really good for me. Like, I could go into total hermit phase, like just constant and forever, if I didn't need to worry about walking her, you know, or just kind of getting out. I don't know, but I kind of, from the sense of that book, I kind of feel like there's got to be some truth to the level of anxiety that I feel, and am I somehow passing that off on her? And I don't want to do that. I don't like the thought of that, but I don't know. Maybe we help balance each other a little bit better in that regard. That's probably why Dadiella and I are a good fix. Like, we both balance each other. I would be a total hermit if it wasn't for her, and she likes now, I feel like, to do a few more like homebody types of things. Just a better balance. But I think when Dadiella and I aren't in the same space, Bella is a good balance for me to remember that I have to be social sometimes. And it isn't as though I dislike it. It's just the amount of mental energy. It's not physical energy, it's just the amount of mental and emotional energy it takes to be social is significant. But that's what today is this morning is for. Get out of the house a little bit. I got a lot done yesterday afternoon and into the evening, and then spilled over into this morning in terms of getting ready for the next week. I feel really good about that. The one thing I have left to do, if the weather holds, I couldn't do it this morning. One, it was too early, and two, the ground was still, I need to mow the yard again. As long as I get it mowed pretty quickly, it'll be okay, but it's still too wet, so I'm not going to do that just yet. So if the weather holds this afternoon and I can mow, that's the one thing I have left to do this weekend that I need to do. But I can get out and decompress a little bit. Looks like we are in luck. Paris Bakery is open. I'm excited. So this is what we found. A couple of croissants and an almond one. This is what's gonna go with the cinnamon butter that I found, that I still have left over from the Czech bakery. I'm happy I drove out here to see if it was open. I will have to report back and see how it tastes. I like bread. I should not like bread as much as I do, but I do. And I've been wanting to, I had saved some of that cinnamon butter from the stock last weekend, and I'm wanting to eat a little bit of it and find something worthy of eating it, you know? I mean, I could put it on a simple bagel thin, which is, you know, 110 calories or whatever, but, and don't get me wrong, it would probably be tasty. The cinnamon butter could probably make a flip-flop taste good. I wouldn't try that, but you know what I mean. Thanks for joining us for this quick video. It wasn't anything necessarily exciting. It's just sometimes really important to break the monotony of the whatever rut you were in, and I think I was just stuck in a rut of being so busy and not worried about the house. So good stuff's going to happen with it. Like I know that's the case, but I think I was really worried about doing everything I could do to make the process smoother, easier, and sometimes you just can't do everything. So I think I was just kind of stuck in a little bit of a state of angst and anxiety. Sometimes it's good to get out. Quick trip. It was only about an hour total, but I feel a little bit, maybe a little more than an hour, feel a little bit more rejuvenated to go back and tidy everything up again and get ready for the start of a new week. And hopefully we get another offer this week, and hopefully it's a good offer. And if not, that's okay too, because we're not in a hurry. We get to do this. And I think that's the important thing to remind myself. Yes, there's a way I would like things to work out, but the more important piece of it is I don't need these things to work out this way. I just want them to work out this way. And that's a pretty fortunate position to be in. With that, thanks for joining me and Bella. And until next time, remember to live life outside of the work that you do.